it can be quite overwhelming. I sometimes have to pinch myself, and when you're thinking that this is your life and you're driving around the bush and you've got the sunrises and the sunsets and the animals and the kills, it's sometimes difficult to actually take it all in because it's surreal. My brother was working on Pinder and he was doing research on Inyala, and we had come up to visit him. In fact, this spot right here was the first place he ever took us to come and pretty much show off Pinder, where he'd been for the last couple of months. Passion just oozing out of his body. Mike always thrived on elephants and knew that the sentimentality behind them and the emotional side of elephants. And he was telling us a story about when he was doing a waterhole count, and this elephant bull and must came up a bank behind him. The elephant knew that he was there and approached the vehicle, and he came up right next to Mike. And Mike told us, he said, if I died today, then I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it. I'm just gonna, sort of take it all in. And this elephant bull stood right next to the vehicle and actually took its trunk and touched him on the arm. And eventually it shook its head and just walked off. And that sort of changed everything about the way I think about elephants. And it was almost a symbolic thing for me. I think what people are missing with elephants is the fact that there's a much bigger problem. People have sort of started encroaching on wilderness areas. And with that, you're confining these massive creatures that have had free roaming their entire lives to such a small space. This world's sort of being turned upside down, not for the good. I think being in this environment, you're so connected to everything. Whereas people in a city see themselves as people and wilderness. 4 days after we left, my brother was killed in a car accident on Pinder. And 22 years old, it was a massive thing for all of us. It still is. I don't think it'll ever change. Yeah, I think Mike was someone that left a legacy no matter where he went. He almost just carried this halo around his head that he was someone that packed life into a very short amount of time. So he knew that things were short and sweet. And I'm still almost proud to be working here because I know of the legacy that he left and sort of walking in his steps. Just after Mike died, in fact, it was at his memorial service, we just said, well, if anyone wants to contribute to something, contribute to this, because it's something that he would have wanted. And it's something that he based his entire life, in fact, our whole family has based their lives on. I think for family, it's also something that you live through. You live through the fund, not necessarily to get to Mike, but you live through the fund to just keep that legacy alive, If I can continue helping sort of research getting further and further in the right direction, that would be awesome. I know that I'm passionate about the bush. I know that this is a place that I feel comfortable in. I know it's a place that I want to be. I just take it one day at a time. Also, having had the experiences that I've had with people passing away, you can't really think too far ahead. Besides trying to do what you can to conserve what you love. You can't plan. I don't want to plan. I just want to take it as it comes. Whatever happens, happens, and if I'm doing the right thing and putting my right foot forward, then I'm happy.